Welcome to Twitter for Performers with Erica Chestnut and Keith Keller, two awesome Aussies teaching you how to market yourself and your products around the world. For more information about Erica's amazing work, follow her on Twitter at Erica Chestnut. You can also follow Keith on Twitter at Keith Keller. For now, sit back, relax and enjoy the show.
Hello and welcome to your first part in our 6-part series of Twitter for Performers. I am Erica Chestnut and I'm here with our global social media coach and Twitter guru, Keith Keller. Hi Keith.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi, yeah, really well, thank you. It's always great to hear your funny Australian voice while I'm in London. I love it. So we're here to talk about why Twitter. This is the first part of our audio series. We've got 6 more coming at you, but we're starting with why Twitter. So Keith, talk to me about why is this such an important thing to be a part of? It's taken the world by storm. There's so many people involved in it, but give us the numbers. Tell us why.
Yeah, well, I think it's always important to start with the reason why to get involved, because there are so many choices. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Reverb Nation, MySpace, if you're in the music arena. There's various ones, Pinterest, Instagram, Tumblr, WordPress, Blogger, really starting to get overwhelmed by the choices available. So if you want to engage in Twitter, I'm going to give you some reasons why. So when you listen to these 6 parts that we're preparing for you, you'll have a real dedication to the process. Twitter is awesome. 500 million people. 500 million people around the world have a Twitter page. 20% of online Americans are using it regularly, 8% every day. People are using it to share information, to connect with people, to network, to move their careers along, and there's miracles occurring almost every day. And I'm involved in some of them. I mean, I've got some success stories that'll blow your head off. You've shared some of those with me, haven't you? We've shared some stories over the last few weeks, just with our work together, about how Twitter can really create miracles and magic where previously there was no chance of that occurring. So there's a big community of Twitter, 500 million people using it, which means that it's worth investing at least some time in this process. There's a lot of competitor products. As I said, there's Tumblr, there's Instagram, there's Pinterest in the visual space, there's MySpace, there's Reverb Nation in the music space, there's LinkedIn in the professional space, of course there's Facebook. And all of these sites are awesome. They're all awesome, and if we had unlimited time, we would do them all, but we can't. We just don't have time to do them all. So this 6-part series is about why bother with Twitter and why include it as part of your marketing mix. And I'm going to, hopefully by the end of this 6-part series, get you so excited that you'll be using it every day, or if not every day, then at least once a week.
Fantastic. Excellent. You mentioned before there are so many other social media platforms out there, and it can be quite overwhelming. Obviously, the next big one is Facebook, I would guess, but they are not the same, and they don't need to be used the same. Can you tell me a bit more about that and why Twitter, not Facebook?
Yeah, okay. So, Facebook has 1.2 billion people now. 1.2 billion people have a Facebook page. We cracked the billion a while ago, and now I just saw some stats today. 1.2 billion people. Totally different platform. Very social, sharing with friends and family. Very personal. So a lot of people sharing photos, positive sayings, pictures of babies, videos of cats. Fun stuff. And it has a totally different place. But Twitter is the information network. Now, this is a very key point. Twitter is a great place to share information, especially, and this is what I really want you to get your head around, and I'll be reiterating this throughout the 6 parts. You really need to get your head around sharing for others. You might be an awesome actress, a juggler, a performer, a lead guitarist in a band. You might have just written a book. But you also hang out with other really cool people too. They might have just written a book or have a play going, or they might be in a circus act. They might have just released an album. They may have just done a video. They might have had a gig on the TV or have a speaking gig. And the real power of Twitter in the information age is when you can get your head around sharing information for others, this is actually when the miracles occur. Instead of me saying, I'm awesome, I've just written a book, I would say, my friend Erica is awesome, she's in a really cool play, and you've got to go and check that out. And then as a favour to me, you would naturally say, hey, guess what? Keith's just written a book. He's really awesome. Now, that makes a lot more sense if your friends hear from you that I'm awesome, and that my friends hear from me that you're awesome. It's a hell of a lot more interesting than if I tell people I'm awesome, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is. It's like walking into a store and having the store clerk walk straight up to you and say, do you want to buy this? Do you want to buy that? Do you want to buy this? It doesn't work. It certainly doesn't work for me. And I think particularly for performers, as I'm a performer myself as well, we're not always very good at putting ourselves out there and selling everything ourselves, because ultimately we are the product. Same as if you're a musician, a circus artist. You might not always have things to say about yourself. So this whole idea of sharing makes it a lot easier to have something to share and something to say. Yeah? Yeah,
because Twitter is the information network, and I'm going to pick up on this idea many, many times. Nobody cares that you're having an ice cream at the beach. Unless you're super famous, nobody cares. We've been misinformed that Twitter is this celebrity gossip thing where you have to pretend that you're Beyonce. Well, you're not Beyonce. And if Beyonce, if you are listening, please call me separately because I've got some gossip. The chances are that the people that are listening to this are awesome but slightly invisible. And this is really the where the rubber hits the road for creative people. I know stacks and stacks of awesome people, but there's stacks and stacks of them. And it's very hard to stand out. If you've got an awesome book, or you've just released an album, or you've got a gig coming up, or you're in a circus act, or you've got this cool play coming up, or you love singing, and you're doing some sort of theatre, and you just don't know how to get people to come, then this social media experiment is where it's all starting to play out. And this particular 6-part series is about how to use Twitter in that environment. There's a lot of others, and we can talk about those on other series. But this particular series is about how to use Twitter to get your message out, to connect with people that you haven't yet met, how to share information for your awesome friends who are also doing great stuff, and how by virtue of the fact that you help them, they will help you. And if you bring all of this together, in a really consistent way, every day or every few days, you will create magic. And you'll create things that were not possible before the social media explosion began.
The thing that always blows my mind a little bit about Twitter, makes it have a little explode, is that you have the potential to meet people in the other countries directly, immediately, in real time. 5 years ago, we didn't have that. You would send something by post. You would send a headshot to a casting agent by post, and maybe or maybe not ever hear anything back from them, if it made it to them, if it made it to their desk and not past their assistant, And, 500 million people worldwide, then a percentage of those are going to be directly related to the industry and the people that you need to meet. And it's a way for you to do that, and that's just extraordinary and powerful on its own.
It's very, very exciting because, what I decided that I was just going to really knuckle down and get to know this Twitter thing. So over the course of this 6-part series, I'm going to work you through not only how to tweet, but how to find really cool people and how to find content to share and how to get more followers and more reach. There's a particular phrase I want to talk about in the upcoming episodes about tweet reach, and how you can reach people on the other side of the world, and how they'll quite willingly share your material with their tribe, which would never have happened 5 and 10 years ago. Mm-hmm. So this is just an introduction to the world of Twitter. 500 million people using it, 20% of online Americans using it regularly, 8% using it every day. 8% of people in America using Twitter use it every day. So we're using it to find information. Twitter is the information network. And Facebook is a great service too, but Twitter is not Facebook. So we're going to talk a little bit about how they differ. This is part 1. So have a re-look at this one if this was a little bit confusing. We're actually going to be doing this sequentially, 10 to 15 minute chunks of really great goss about how you can really get out there in the Twitterverse.
Absolutely. Yeah, conquer Twitter, conquer the world. We're onto it.
That's it. Conquer Twitter, conquer the world.
There's your tagline. Great. Thanks so much, Keith. We'll speak to you soon.
You've been listening to Twitter for Performers, the London edition, with Erica Chestnut and Keith Keller. For more information about Erica's amazing work, go to ericachestnut.com or follow her on Twitter at Erica Chestnut. For more information about Keith's exciting projects, go to GetFound TV at getfound.tv. You can also follow Keith on Twitter at Keith Keller. Thanks for listening to Twitter for Performers, the London edition.